This is LJ Motivate for you. Today I'm gonna be giving a word to parent. How am I training my children to be able to um have enough confidence in themselves enough that can also protect them when they find themselves within their peer groups? Because one thing that most of us as parents, we don't know, in as much as we've got a huge influence in our children's life, their peer groups have got even higher influence in their life. Remember, we parent them at home, but they find a different relationship with their peer groups at school, outside the house, right? I believe the way we want our children to present when they're outside, how we want them to treat other people, how we want them to react to other people, how we want them to respond to other people, it usually starts from home. It starts from the way we parent them, it starts from the way we interact with them, it starts from the way we listen to them, it starts from the way we even take their opinion and respect it. It starts from how we are even interested in getting to know our children's world, to understand the world that they live in, to understand how the technology that they're using, to understand the social media platform that they're going into. So there's a lot of different factors that actually contribute in raising a confident child, in raising a child who can easily be open and build a very, very good relationship with the parent. Everything starts from home. The impact that parents play in their children's life goes a long way. Now, coming to how I believe that we should train our children to have a confidence of their own word is by we respecting their own view, is by we respecting the choice, some little choice. When I say little choice, let me just start with a little choice. Meaning, for example, maybe you want your child to wear certain clothes and your child says no, you don't want to wear, he or she don't want to wear that cloth, or you want your child to clean the house and your child is saying to you that they're really not in the mood at that time, that you want them to do it. Sometimes in life, I understand, being a parent, sometimes we want that authority, we want to have that authority over our children, but most times it's also very important when we take, we understand our children emotion, and also take it on board that they also have the right to have, they have mood, they have a moment that they even feel like drinking, they have moment they don't feel like, they have moment that maybe they are even hungry, and they have moment that they're not hungry. So the same thing happen when we want them, for example, maybe we want them to clean up the house, and maybe at that time they probably not just in the mood, but it's okay to negotiate with our children and ask them, if they don't want to do it now, can you do it in an hour's time? Is that okay? So you've given them choice. Then your child can be able to tell you that that's okay. So the child can be able to see that you respect their own opinion, their point of view, and your child will be also be willing to work with you as well. So now, when we learn how to listen to our children, and by also building our children to have the confidence to be able to say yes, and the confidence to be able to say no, it actually helps them to build a confidence in themselves when they find themselves in the peer groups that are being pressurized to take part, maybe in an activity or in anything that maybe the child have seen that they don't have any value to it, or they have probably they've sensed that there is some danger, there's some risk involved. The child will not be a people pleaser. The child will be very confident enough to say they don't want it, and when they say no, they'll be very, very sure of their no, and they will never negotiate their no into yes. So it's very, very important, because most times many children grow up and many decisions that they make is not really coming from within them. It's just because they are not confident enough to stand by their no. And most times it comes from the way we raise them. Because when a child believes that they always have to sacrifice their own word or their own belief or their own value for what their parent want, it's hard for a child to go outdoor, reject something that they really did not want to accept. Sometimes it do come down to they're not confident enough because they're scared not to lose that friend. But when we raise children who understand that their own value is very important and they shouldn't negotiate it, the child will love themselves enough to understand that them saying no to a friend who is pressurizing them to say yes, and if that child does not respect their boundary, the child can live their life, which is fine. So your child will be very, very confident to be able to detach from things that are not healthy for them, and they'll have control over their life, and they'll they'll understand the reason why they have to have boundary, and why their boundary is very important for other people to respect, in as much as they are respecting other people's boundary. So it's very important, and I hope I got one parent inspired this morning.